Now tuning in to Earbud Media. Audio for everyone.
One of us has to win every week.
It's just a really good, healthy dynamic that we have going on.
Yeah.
In a
good professional work environment.
There's no set standard of what winning looks like, but one of us does need to win each week.
Right. And the wins are subjective, but
Right.
We do have to judge them, and we put our scores to the council every week, and they decide which one is a winner. And we just go over again.
The council is RuPaul, which is bad for both.
You're right.
For vastly
it's not really it's not a fair judging system, but it is the one that we've got. So we just got to make do.
That would be my nightmare. I will say.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Having some sort of subjective critique of what a winner, and then there's no rubric, there's no nothing, would be an awful way to live life.
The worst thing no.
Let's just say that we're both winners.
Yeah.
And
we did
give
it.
Ourselves participation trophies.
Yes. Oh, please. Everyone loves to shit on participation trophies. If I got a trophy for every thing I got done on my to-do list, or even just waking up or getting out of bed, I would love that. I would be so much more validated to do anything.
It would be a pain to store them, let alone to move.
Sure, yeah.
Because I would just have trophies everywhere. Let alone, I fall a lot. And that would make it loud for me and my neighbors. Just trophies everywhere. But it would be the ultimate flex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hi, welcome to my home. Oh my god, you have a lot of trophies.
Right. It's I'm pretty good at everything.
My teeth, so.
Yeah. I remember to take my meds today, they just come to my door, I can't get rid of them. These trophies are taking over my house.
Fucking hates me.
I know. So, I've made an enemy out of the USPS.
Yeah, well, I didn't start doing NFTs, so.
Listen. Top 10 anime betrayals right there. So rude.
When I saw that news from you specifically, I knew that they had made an enemy of you, the person who has been keeping them alive.
Right, single-handedly, yes. Yeah.
And that's a real bummer right there.
You know what? Sometimes your heroes let you down,
That, listen, hey, if you are just now learning that in your life, I'm sorry, but also congrats.
Right. You're here. You have, your mind's eye is opened, so you're welcome.
Yeah. I'm glad that, hey, welcome to Into the Twilight. Your heroes are people.
Yep. That's our message right there. We're always saying that.
And they will let you down. So don't listen to them. Listen to us instead.
Yeah. So right. We will never let you down. We can't promise that. We will absolutely let you down.
No. Well.
But also don't think of us as heroes ever. Gross.
No, I'm not a hero.
Yeah.
I'm only human. That's got to be a song somewhere. That's been on Grey's Anatomy at some point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyways, hello. Welcome into Twilight.
Hey.
I am glad that you are here.
Welcome.
Welcome to the space. How are you doing today?
I am simply vibing. I'm out here. I will say I have a bit of a chuggy, perhaps, happy thing. A bit of a basic binge happy thing.
Welcome to Into the Chuggy.
Welcome to Into the Chuggy, absolutely. It's snowing a lot, and it's very pretty. And it makes me happy. You know? It immediately turns to garbage slush because cars.
Right.
So fuck cars.
Fuck cars.
But fuck cars for real. But just for the brief moments of it piling up and like little flurries, always makes, even if it's like 2 degrees out, which it always is here. But it's, if you're inside and you're just watching with like a nice little hot cup of coffee or some shit, beautiful, fabulous, love it. Makes me happy every time. It makes me forget that this is a terrible like weather in any other capacity.
Right. I love that. I love being inside while it is snowing.
Yes, it's like the best state to be in, you know?
100%.
Warm. Got maybe a little fireplace going on if you're fancy. I don't know your life. Whatever.
Hey, it can be on the TV too. We don't judge.
It can be, yeah. Any
not
form
the
of fireplace is valid. Yeah.
Society.
Police, yeah. The Council of Fireplaces.
You know what? Actually, we are. Fuck it.
Fuck. I'm gonna get us some Letterman jackets or something with
Trophies for that.
The Council of Fireplaces. Yeah, but you know what? It's great. I love just being cozy and watching a little snowfall.
God
No.
bless.
Yeah, fab. That's, you know what? It's basic, but sue me. Okay, I love it.
No,
I won't
don't think that's
apologize.
tricky. I think that, listen, if we have to live in the fucking climate change world, then we get to embrace the parts.
Right,
that are all right.
I gotta appreciate the snow while we have it. So, like,
Right, exactly.
because we may not have it next year. So let's enjoy it now. Okay.
You know what? I'm so glad that you brought this up. For some reason, my TikTok For You page thought that I would care, which I did, about the fucking, what's that big old puddle next to Chicago, that big old lake or whatever?
Lake Michigan?
Yeah, thank you.
Gotcha.
There was it showed me this video about the balls of ice that Michigan makes. Mm-hmm. And I almost shit my pants.
Yeah, it's wild.
It was like, this person was like, hey, welcome to Lake Michigan weather in the winter. Sometimes the water freezes and it makes balls of ice. Sometimes it makes pancakes. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? This thing freezes over? Anyways, I was very confused why that thought I needed to see it, but I felt like that was wild.
Well, yeah. I'm glad you know. Yeah. Welcome to the great Lake Michigan. How are you doing, my dude?
Well, now I remembered that, and I'm having
right now you're stressed and scared.
Because I always forget sometimes that those 5 big puddles are like real water, and they're like not salt water, and that is confusing to me.
Sure.
But I'm doing okay. It's been foggy here and dry for the past couple 7 days, and that's weird. I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I miss any sort of weather pattern. Rain, snow, anything.
Anything, yeah.
Seeing sky, I don't know. I have a fantastic thing to bring to the space this week.
Please.
This was not found by myself. This was something that I saw on Twitter last week from friend of the pod, friend of the family, Bren.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you, Bren.
And it is a show on HBO Max called Finding Magic Mike.
Please tell me everything.
Okay, I'm about to fucking unload on you.
Yes!
So, prior to 2, maybe 3 months ago, I had not seen either Magic Mike movie.
Whoa.
I know.
Listen, you gotta get there at some point. You know?
I know.
I'm glad you're here.
I was under the impression that they were, I don't know, in the same kind of genre as the Bachelorette movie or whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Very, very throwaway, very just guys swinging their dicks.
Right.
Nothing that was important to see. I was so wrong.
Right.
They are beautiful movies about just a bunch of guys who do happen to be dancers, but just having a good time, loving their friendship, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Love
and
it. Dudes rock.
Dudes who love their bodies and love themselves rock.
Yes.
Now,
correct.
They take the same energy, specifically the energy of Magic Mike XXL, which is the better of the two movies, I must say.
Correct.
Because that movie was a hoot and a half, into this show. And aside from there's one dude on this show who I'm not referring to when I refer to the show as a whole. You can absolutely get wrecked. This show is about finding a dancer to go on the live show, which I did not know existed until this, but that's fine. Mm-hmm. We're learning, we're growing, we're getting woke.
Yeah.
But it's about 10 guys who are not professionals. And the goal of the show, very similar to our bonus episode, Barb and Star, it's about them finding their sparkle.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
It's about these 10 guys every episode, they're trying to increase their confidence from the inside out. So it's not about, like, all this, like, external shit. It's like, how can we make you feel more confident? How can we make you, like, express yourself better? So the challenges are, like, communication, sensuality. It's not like, let's, like, throw your dick and, like, teach you how to lap dance, which they do. They teach them how to do a lap dance.
Sure.
It's about, like, how do we make you feel really good within yourself, how you are right now, so that if you end up coming on the show, you can, like, showcase that with other people.
Wow, I love that.
It's so cute. The guys become best of friends, and they become more confident with themselves, and it's such a joy to watch. Aside from one fucko, who I'm not referring to with this, there's this one guy who's, like, a gross, but everyone else is, like, they don't come in necessarily with experience, but by the end they leave and they're, like, completely different because they already had this inside of them, but someone was like, you are worth this.
Right.
And that's cute. That's
happen. Really nice. Yeah.
And so it was really nice to see these, like, dudes who came in and they're like, yeah, like, I can give a lap dance. And it's like, no, you don't. No, you don't. No. Like, so if you were on the fence about watching it because you were like, I don't know what this is, I would say give it a try because it's cute.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's just guys just hyping each other up about taking care of their bodies and stuff. And that's cute.
I love that.
And they aren't all straight, which is very important.
Yeah.
So
crucial. We, like, blast the sirens. There's gay shit in here.
Most of them are, but they're not all straight. So
yeah.
If you were like, I don't give a fuck, listen.
Trust me.
So now, I'm very excited about this. I'm already blushing. It's so embarrassing.
Oh, God.
Our current events today are about the love of my life, Taylor Lautner.
The man, the myth, the legend.
It's
Taylor week, baby. Yeah.
It's fuck sweeps week. It's Taylor Lautner.
It's oops all Taylor Lautner.
He's finally feeling comfortable enough to, like, go back, talk to press. He's doing his movie tour right now, going on the fucking Today Show, going on Fallon, talking to
We love to see it.
And it's so nice because for so long now, it's been, like, this very slow return to Instagram.
Yes.
And that's great because it's been him deciding what he wants the world to know.
Yeah.
And I do feel like this is a larger version of this. But it is very nice to be able to talk about Taylor Lautner again. Even though the movie that he is promoting is so weird.
Yeah, the Kevin James football movie.
Yeah, which is out, by the way, when we're...
Oh, shit. Yeah, so go see it if you want.
It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
The last time that we talked about it, we were like, what do you mean home team? What do you mean fucking Paul Blart and Taylor Lautner? Like, and I still feel the same way about it, but I will be watching it. after this, and fuck, maybe we'll do a bonus Jonas on it. Who's to say?
Shit, yeah, maybe.
One of the things I'm very excited about, though, is to talk about this Teen Vogue piece. And I want to say thank you to Sarah Delgado for this.
Thank you, Sarah.
For this very, very meaty Teen Vogue piece.
Journalism.
I love it. We love to see it. And a lot of this piece is talking about why, for quite a while, Taylor was out of the spotlight.
Yeah.
And this was not just something that he discussed in the Teen Vogue piece, but was part of his like press tour. And it naturally was because of Twilight. Like, that is really hard to do, and understandable that he had so much anxiety being out in the public.
Yeah.
When there isn't really somewhere that's safe to go.
Right. Yeah, he said he didn't step foot in a movie theater or a grocery store or a mall in a decade. Which is
That's
wild.
fucked
I mean,
up.
like, it makes sense, but it's also bananas.
It is. That's so much of your... And honestly, I bet that over the past, like, 2+ years, he, and probably some other celebrities that we don't know about, are handling this better, because they don't go out and do things the way that most people do. But the idea of... I mean, I guess when you get to a certain level of fame, but it's like, even the grocery store, my friend.
Right. Come on.
I know that you can have your PA do that, but it's just like, you don't want to just for fun, just to like get out.
You don't want the joys of just wandering stoned in a grocery store. You don't want that primal pleasure.
Sometimes you just need to like put on a podcast and just disassociate a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Anyways, it's fucked up. Like, that should not happen to people. Yeah. That should not be the option that happens there. Especially when it's happening because he's afraid, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked. The other thing that I think is worth mentioning is, like, part of his press tour is that he has been very open about talking about his fiance.
Yes.
Who he and his friends and family call her Tay. Even though they both are.
Even though they're both they're both Taylors.
Their names are both Taylor. I will never forget this.
Yeah.
But she goes by Tay. One of the things I love about him is that he loves to gush about her.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming...
I mean, remember that proposal? He loves to just go all out for this lady.
And I am making an assumption here that she is comfortable with being discussed. Like,
yeah, sure, right.
That is a conversation that the two of them have had. Most of this information is from his interview on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. God, it's so hard to say.
James Fallon.
With James, it's very cute. You can tell that, like, his face lights up when he's talking about her, which is very nice. But the other thing I didn't know about their engagement, because we've talked about the photo.
Yeah, we saw the photos and stuff.
And
talked about him.
That was right next to their kitchen.
Sorry, what?
That fireplace, apparently, when he's talking about it on The Tonight Show, is apparently, like, right next to their kitchen. And
what?
So when Tay was talking about, like, what she wanted from an engagement, she said something, quote, super simple, at
Great.
home.
Okay.
And Taylor was like, yeah, cool. Like, I can do that. I love that. Love simple.
Don't you worry. I got it.
I'll do it at home. But I will still need to make it Instagram worthy. So
God, it, like, reminds me, that chaotic energy of it reminds me of the Kim and Kanye, like, Valentine's thing, where they just had, like, roses all over the floor, and then Kenny G was just fucking jamming in the back, and just, like, this random, like, thing right near their kitchen or whatever. It just gives me that similar chaotic vibes. I love it.
It's like, oh, you want it at home? Great.
Cool, I can do that, for sure.
I will never forget that post with Kenny G, especially because of the fact that I Kenny G was in Seattle, like, God, fucking 3 years ago or something.
Yeah.
And he was at the same Chinese restaurant that I was at 3 a.m. having dinner. It was when he did, like, a fucking very short-term residency in Seattle.
Okay.
And doing, you know, music stuff. I don't know, whatever the fuck. And it was like 1 or 2 a.m. And we had just gotten done having karaoke with friends. Again, 3+ years ago.
It's a different time.
It was a very different time. And we went next door to this Chinese restaurant that was, like, open to have food before we went home. And this guy with, like, 8 people, some fucking 8 disciples rolled up. And again, like, 2 a.m. And it's like, who are these people? And he sat down and I looked over and I was like, I think that's Kenny G. And Chris and his friend were like, no, that couldn't be Kenny G. And then they looked over and could not keep it cool. Just started, like, cackling, taking out their phones. And I was like, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you guys gotta be cool about this.
You need to
Don't
be
disturb
cool.
Kenny G.
But again, like, I was sober. They were not. But it's like, hello, Kenny? Like, what are you
Mr.
doing?
G?
Mr. G?
Oh my god, that's so... I love that throughout this podcast, we've now kind of tapped into the wild and random celebrity encounters you've had in the last few months. It really brings me joy. Yeah.
But anyways, so back to Tay. One of the things that Taylor also mentioned is, because people, of course, will ask, is like, so about your fiance, she, like, what about Twilight, you know?
Yeah.
And
have you guys talked about that?
So naturally, Taylor mentioned that Tay, who was introduced to him by his sister, which I thought was very cute.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
His sister, like, brought her over to a game night, because apparently Taylor's very into game nights. And Tay was a massive Twilight fan before they met.
That's so funny.
Was Team Jacob. Nope. Was Team Edward, not Team
Jacob.
Whoa. It was, quote, never Team Jacob.
Never. Not even once. Yeah. Wow.
So, and, like, how could you not? You know, if they're a similar age range, like, it would be weird if she, like, didn't give a well.
Right.
She could have been one of those, like, actually, I don't care. I'm not like other girls.
Right. And also probably would have been weirder if she was very into Taylor Lautner in Twilight and then also was fiancéed, you know?
Yeah. And was, like, also friends with his sister. Like, that would have been a little...
Yeah.
A little weird. But anyways, I think it's very cute. I love that he is feeling a little bit more comfortable getting back out into press. I don't expect this movie to be good.
No,
to be honest.
not at all. No.
But I do hope that it will allow him to feel a little bit more comfortable getting back into movies. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
I do have a quick listener question here from one of our patrons. This is from our patron, Hannah. Thank you, Hannah. This was one of Hannah's comments about Adrian.
Okay, our favorite boy.
Our favorite boy. And Hannah said Adrian in the Vampire Academy books is yikes, which I agree with.
Yes.
But then the second sentence has me very confused, and I would like a little bit more explanation. Hannah goes on to say Adrian in the Bloodlines books is much less yikes. Cody, what is that?
What is that? It's 6 more books by Rochelle.
What?
I have full disclosure. I've never read them, so I don't know. But it's like
possibly be about.
It's like a spin-off. I don't know.
6 books.
But
God,
it's
the worst covers.
Yeah, they're so bad. It looks like it follows a alchemist, Sydney Sage.
Isn't she in Euphoria?
Oh man, I love Sydney Sage in Euphoria.
Isn't that woman an actress in Euphoria?
But yeah, I guess there's a whole fucking spinoff. I have no idea what any of it does or means. But it is there if we want to do more of this.
The last book came out as recently as 2015.
Okay, that's wild.
Were these happening? Are these during? Are these books? Wow, this Wikipedia page is... Calling this a Wikipedia page is generous. Is this supposed to be happening during the Vampire Academy, like, timeline?
Like canon? I don't know. That I have no idea.
I mean, I would assume it's canon because it's written by...
Well, no, like, within, like, the actual timeline, though, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's exactly, like, what, you know? Because it looks like we got some familiar faces, but in probably smaller roles. Maybe not with Adrian, but, like, for some of the other more prominent ones here. But yeah, I don't know.
Whoa. Okay, well, Hannah,
So,
if you have some more answers, I would appreciate it, because now I am confusion.
yeah. Like, oh, you thought 6 books was over? How about 6 more, baby?
Yeah, I was feeling pretty good about the fact that, like, we're making pretty good progress.
Right.
Like,
We're almost there.
We were gonna be, like, done with this pretty soon, but apparently the fucking joke's on me.
Yeah.
So, anyway. So, when we last left off, Rose was chillin'. Chillin' maybe is generous.
You're right.
But she was doing her guardian thing. Begrudgingly, perhaps.
Yeah, with Christian, you know.
Yeah. But had her first trial, her first day, had kind of gotten into the swing of things, was watching him make the creepiest and grossest meatloaf known to man.
Awful. So bad.
Right. And things seem to be going okay until she got her first personal test and then kind of fucked it all up because she saw the ghost of Mason.
Rip.
That's where we left off. Where are we starting off with chapter 5 today?
Ooh, we start this with a fucking disciplinary council. Because
Rose's favorite thing.
Rose's favorite thing. Rose loves punishment, famously. And, well, I mean,
She's
listen.
a glutton for it, but not this kind.
No, not this kind. So normally, right, she would kind of, if she did something bad, she would have just had a little talking to with Karova or whatever. But this, she fucked up so bad that they have to, like, really get the guns in here. So we got, like, 3 guardians just chilling. Alberta, Emile, and Celeste. And
Who's
Dimitri's
apparently
like...
rare.
Yeah, it's rare to have one of the few, like, ladies, guardians.
Real blue eyes, white dragon kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. An Uno reverse card, if you will. And then there's also guardians just watching, you know, not really deliberating, and Dimitri's there, which, you know, makes Rose be like, God damn it, like, this is embarrassing enough that I fucked this up, and also I don't want everyone to think I'm, like, insane because I saw a ghost, and we don't even believe in ghosts in vampire universe, you know?
Because if you remember, folks, last week in podcast time, not in book time,
right,
Rose did say to Alberta's face, I want you to know I don't fucking like Christian, and I'm not happy with this placement, so don't be surprised if I like make a hissy fit about this. Right,
which doesn't really help her case, because in this instance, she was accosted by trauma and froze. But it looks bad because she literally was like, well, watch me, I'm gonna fuck this all up, and then proceeded to fuck it up unintentionally, but still did, and now everyone's like, you're just trying to get back at us for giving you Christian, and she's like, no, I can't say it because you're all gonna think I'm silly or I'm lying, but I don't know, I really didn't do it. And it's funny too that she's like, and Dimitri, I think, chimes in too about this, but she's also just like, listen, if I wanted to, like, get back at you or Christian, I would have done something much more damaging. I wouldn't have done nothing, which is what I did. I would have actually just, like, humiliated him or you guys or something, or done something a little more petty. You know me. This is my shit.
I love that Dimitri's like, yeah, unfortunately, she is right about that. Right. I can confirm.
Yeah, Dimitri's like, I can vouch for this, and you all know this. So
she
come
would
on.
not have just froze and let Christian and the other guy, quote, die. Like, done nothing. She would have put up more of a fight.
Yeah.
And they are like, damn, that's right.
Like, you're not wrong, you know? Ugh, God, how annoying.
You have proven that to be the case several times now, so...
Yeah. And so, you know, basically, they're like, okay, you're lucky you got Dimitri on your side here, because otherwise we may have punished you a little bit differently. But you can still do your little tests, you can still graduate, you just gotta do some community service. And she's like, God damn it, I hate helping. I hate community service. They're like, do you want it for the rest of your time here? And she's like, fine, I'll just do it for a day. I'm not gonna push my buttons here, okay? Whatever.
Yeah, because it's one day.
It's literally one day of community service. And she's like, God damn it.
And they were like, do you want community service for the rest of this program? She's like, all right, fuck, never mind. God.
Yeah. And then, like, everyone leaves, and Dimitri's like, hey, you want some hot chocolate? Which is honest.
Hot chocolate?
Yeah, you want the worst hot chocolate. He puts, like, 2 bags of, like, powder hot chocolate in a mug, and then does it twice, and it's like, that's the secret. You gotta double it up. That's how it's good hot chocolate. And it's just, or no, he puts 4 packets, so he really quadruples it up in here. And he's like, that's the secret. And they just have it's like, first of all, what a great thing to be like, after you just got bullied and accosted by adults, like, and being like, you should be ashamed of yourself for all of this, and then just being like, hey, here's a little hot chocolate, let's just chill and talk about this and what the fuck is actually going on. Right. Rose.
Because he obviously knows that
something's up.
Yeah, he knows that something's wrong.
Yeah. Because it's unlike her to just, like, not do anything, right? Or to make, like, she's allowed to make a mistake, but the fact that she didn't do anything, and that was the mistake, is a red flag for Dimitri. Because he's like, that's not how you operate at all. Like, if you're going to do something, even if it's wrong, you're going to go full into it, like, head first. You're not going to just, like, sit back. So what the hell is going on? And Rose still is just, like, keeping this in, which she loves to do. She loves to just, like, harbor on something and be the burden of her own, like, traumas and shit. But it's also,
and Michelle, queen of symbolism, is having this conversation happen with the two of them in a place we'd never seen before. But is this glass enclosed porch?
Yeah.
And no, we're still in winter.
Yeah.
So everything outside, like, maybe in the spring this would be really nice. But because it's in the winter, everything is like glass and frost, and it's like, it looks all icy, and it's like, Rochelle, we get it. Like,
right.
We understand that things are not going well inside of Rose's little heart and brain right now.
Right. And it sucks that, like,
she's still not saying anything.
She's still not opening up about it. And, like, I understand her reservations, right? Because it's a wild conceit that the vampires don't believe in ghosts, but, like, whatever. Y'all do your thing, I guess, whatever. But, like, I get not wanting to...
Too.
Yeah, right. Okay, sure. What are the rules here? What are the actual creatures here? I need a book, a glossary, if you will.
Yeah, because we knew that and had our own myths and bedtime stories about things we don't believe in. And then she lists 3 things: werewolves, boogeymen, ghosts. Is that it? Those are the only things you don't believe in?
And, like, one of these things is not like the other, I feel like boogeyman feels like, you know, just, like, storybook, whatever. But, like, if you are actual vampires, I feel like werewolves and ghosts, not out of the question.
Nope.
You know?
I agree.
But whatever. That's a semantics problem. That's my problem with Vampire Academy. But, like, I understand the reservation of being like, I don't want them to think that I'm loony, right? But she doesn't have to say, like, I saw a ghost, you know? She can just be like, I keep, like seeing Mason. Like, there's something that's, like, disrupting my vision, my emotions because of trauma, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like Dimitri would vibe with it. Maybe not, like, the scary council, whatever, that's valid. But, like, with Dimitri, who fucking knows she's full of shit, and being like, I'm gonna be fine, I'm not gonna make a mistake next time, you know? Obviously, I think he would vibe a little bit if she was just like, hey, something weird is going on, and I don't know how to explain it, but it is fucking me up.
Dimitri, of all people, would be able to understand if she was like, hey, I have PTSD.
Yes, literally. Like,
but I think that also makes it a lot harder because, one, he's her trainer,
yeah,
but also the person that she has a crush on.
Right.
So it complicates things because it's not just that she doesn't want to be vulnerable with him, but it's also like, I want you to take me seriously.
Yeah.
And it's like, I can do this, but I don't know if I can trust myself.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I can trust you.
Yeah.
And so I definitely feel for Rose in this moment of like, since I don't know what's going on, I don't want to share this with you until I figured it out.
Right. Like, I gotta know for me first, you know, what it is. But
that makes it's going to make things worse, as we see by the end of these chapters, because something is very much going wrong with Rose.
Yeah.
And she's not telling a fucking soul about it.
Yeah, and I appreciate, too, that he's like, hey, you're not alone in this, you know. I know you're not going to hear this, and you're not going to internalize it probably for a while, but I am here, you know. You don't have to, like, this is a very lonely job to begin with.
Right.
Might as well have some solidarity and, like, people in your corner and not just feel like you have to fight everything yourself. But, of course, Rose isn't going to think like that. But it's nice that you said it, at least, you know.
Yeah. The only thing that she really does think about is like, damn, Dimitri, do you have any friends?
Right.
Which thankfully she doesn't say out loud.
Right. Yeah, it's like, damn, are you lonely? Like, am I your only friend, Dimitri?
And the answer is probably yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Because they are the same and don't open up to anyone. So
yeah. So frustrating.
It is. It's very frustrating because I understand why Rose is doing this. It doesn't make it okay.
Right.
But I understand why she's doing it, so.
Yeah. Chapter 6, we get Gossip fucking Mill again. Rumor Mill is back, because nobody in Vampire Academy / Slink Vadimir's can fucking keep their mouth shut for a goddamn
just,
second.
Like, no fucking confidentiality in this place.
Yeah. First of all, yes, and also the fact that this gets around without anyone, like, having Twitter or something is very impressive. Like, the speed of which everyone knows all the drama is fabulous. Like, it is just so widespread.
I want to know who is the Gossip Girl, because it wasn't Adrian,
right?
Like, before Adrian got here. So who is it, and when are we going to find out who they are?
Exactly. I need to know, please.
That's who I want a fucking spin-off series about. Jesus.
Yes, this is the same Vladimir's Gossip Girl. Yes. But, like, because even she said there are only, like, 3 people that even saw that thing happen. But by the time she's walking in the hallway, everyone's fucking chit-chatting about it. And she's like, motherfucker. Like, there's a rat. I hate it. Like, I can't do one thing and not have everyone on my butthole about this. Come on.
So now I gotta fucking punch people, is the answer.
That is the answer. Which, you know, Rose, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, okay? Because what's his face? Ryan. Yeah, she's shadow kissed. So what is she gonna do? So she's trying to find Christian, and Ryan is like talking smack and being like, "Wow, you know, you're pulling some shit over there. Like, how dare you?" kind of shit, and just being super aggressive and super like snotty. And she's like, "You know what, Ryan?
It's always a Ryan.
How about you fucking like stop blaming me for like weaponizing the fact that Mason died." That's fucked up, rude. Right? Very rude and fucked up. And obviously, she has a lot of shame about that already, Ryan. Like, you think she doesn't know that?
Maybe 2 weeks.
You think she doesn't think about Mason all the time, Ryan? Yeah. You think that's really gonna get?
A real ghost or a manifestation of her shame? Not cool, Ryan.
Not cool,
so
bud.
Off.
Come on. And so she's like, how about you fucking focus on your fucking guardian tests, idiot. And then decides to pull out an experiment of her own, a little test of her own.
Poor Camille.
Yeah, Camille gets the real short end of the stick here, because Rose is just like, let me just fuck Camille up and see how you react to your precious Moroi being, you know, taken from you when you don't expect it or whatever, and have a real life simulation. But in the meantime, Camila's just like, I don't want to be part of this. Like, experiment, please. Like, you guys have your beef. I think you should squash it. I don't want to be that, though, for you. So, please put me down.
I did not sign up for this.
And then we get our favorite clove cigarette boy, Adrian, up in the mix.
Adrian, just roaming the halls all the time.
Right. Just being like, ladies. Like, let's, settle this. Let's just put her down. Let's just have a nice civil conversation. Obviously using compulsion, which Rose is like, how dare you? Fuck off. Adrian. This is I'm doing my battle. All right? Don't you fucking do this to me.
Now listen, this might be the only time that I'm grateful that Adrian was just like fucking around.
An actual great time to step in, you know?
Yeah. Because he's an adult.
Yeah.
So I think that is his responsibility. Because Rose was in beast mode and was actually hurting Camille. She was not planning, like that was not the intention here. It was very much to like fuck with Ryan, but she was getting a little too rough, and Camille was like, "Hey, like,
okay, excuse me,
leave me. You're making a point, and I don't want to be part of this point.
Yeah, I just want to go to class."
Right. So I understand why Adrian used compulsion, because I think that Rose was gonna get a little too far here.
Yeah.
But Rose very much does not like her mind being fucked with.
Yeah. And we get this cafeteria scene. Which, rough. So Liz is there, obviously quite mad about everything that has transpired. Didn't see the fight or anything, but the whole Christian situation. And she was like, oh, did you get suspended or expelled or some shit? And she's like, no, I just got, community service, and they're just pissed at each other. Adrian's just kind of lurking, being like, what the hell's going on? Like, can you tell me what the tea is? I don't really know. I just kind of popped in here. But, like, if someone can break down what happened, I would appreciate that.
Because apparently Adrian's the only one that doesn't know the gossip.
Yeah, truly. The only person in the whole school has no idea.
He's the only one that isn't on the fucking Vampire Academy forums, which is weird.
Yeah.
But okay. I did find it interesting. So, like, Lissa is pissed, understandably, because she's like, you fake killed my boyfriend.
Right. That's my boy.
But I think that, and naturally Rose is pissed off because she's like, don't jump to the same conclusions that like the Guardians did. I didn't do this on purpose.
Right.
But she's also not telling Lissa.
No. It's like, Rose, you guys are Bond babes.
Right.
I think you can have a little conversation without getting judged or feeling judged, Yeah.
And I think when she finally, like, taps into what Lissa's feeling, it's just curiosity. It's not, like, judgment or anything. She just like, genuinely wants to know, which I think makes Rose feel a little bit better, but she still doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And that does not help Rose being like, she can't even, well, she can, but she feels like she can't even tell Lissa. Of all people.
Yeah. Which, like,
and it's fucked, right? Because, like, in the library that they're in right now, Adrian's there and Lissa's there and Eddie's there, but Eddie's standing guard. Because the important thing to know is, like last week, Rose is not supposed to be talking with them right now.
Yeah, they should be fully on duty. Yeah.
She should be, like, in gargoyle mode.
Right, yeah. It's a literal gargoyle mode.
But Rose doesn't give a fuck right now. So.
Right. Yeah, and then at some point, before we get a little watchdog action, Adrian's kind of making a sly comment being like, ugh, this is all probably just a big prank because, actually I want you to be my guardian, but you don't want that. And you're just trying to, like, make a scene and and it's just like, Adrian, shut up for 1 fucking second, please. Yeah. But then we get Eddie being like, hey, you gotta, come on. We got, someone's gonna come in here and see that you're fucking horsing around or whatever.
Yeah.
And she just, like, fumbles and just, like, goes through, like, to this, like, positioning of being like, yep, I was not doing anything. Don't you worry.
Nope, I wasn't talking to them. I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah. Oh, and then we get this conversation, too, about the Victor Dashkov situation, because she's still just been keeping that for some reason. I guess a lot of things have happened, so, like, understandable. But she's just like, oh yeah, so I did want to talk to you guys about Victor Dashkov, and hasn't been found guilty yet, and he actually has to do a trial. He's just, like, squatting up in vampire prison or whatever. And also,
this is the same day, right? Like, she found out this information this morning.
Oh, yeah. This time in this book is wild. But yes. Yeah. So she's like, okay, let me tell you the tea. Okay. We're not invited, which is rude, first of all.
It might be, like, sus legally.
Right, sus legally. And also, I don't know how vampire law works or whatever, but that seems a little sus to me.
Right.
But also, there is a chance that he could be found not guilty. And if he comes back out, we're fucked for real, Right. And a lot of other people are probably fucked, too.
Yeah. It's not good. Mm-hmm. Especially when I think it was one of the guys, when Rose ends up, like, standing up next to Eddie, thank God Eddie pointed out
Eddie's a homie. Yeah, Eddie, he is always on the lookout. Bless. Yeah, we stand Eddie.
Eddie, God, I hope that dude survives, because, like, I love him.
Yeah.
He's real. When the guy walks in and is, like, taking notes, and Rose ends up, like, standing up and is like, fuck, okay, we're not getting any resolution with these comments and, like, whatever. Rose is not doing well emotionally. She keeps describing this as, like, a black mood that is coming over her. Kind of like shadows, some might say. Mm-hmm. And she keeps trying to repeat to herself the guardian mantra of, like, the Moroi come first, but it's really starting to, like, grind her gears. So, something's not going well with Rose. Yeah. And Rochelle is trying to make us wonder, like, is it trauma? Or is it the shadows? Is her little kiss with death creeping in? And the answer's both. But right. I think we're supposed to know that it's probably that death that's kind of creeping in. So, I am curious where chapter 7 and 8 are going to take us, mainly because I personally want to see Vampire Court.
I wanted so bad. I want Vampire Court, please.
I need it. I want to know what it looks like.
I want Rose on the stand just making a scene. I want it so bad.
Because you know that she's not going to be able to be professional, and so I just need to see it for my own good, personally. Yeah. But until then, we have some amazing patrons to thank. Hell yeah. Would you like to start us off?
Absolutely. Thank you to Katie Black.
Ooh. Thank you to Kylie Minty.
Thank you to Alex Dornan.
Ooh. Thank you to Carrie Goldberg.
Thank you to Mickey Meyer.
Ooh. Thank you to Rebecca Cullen.
Whoa. Ooh. Thank you to Mulch Gray. Mulch. Ooh.
Thank you to our unofficial intern, Braver Than the Marines, yes. Taylor, Brown, Town, Lautner.
Yes. Woo. Thank you to Jasmine Anastasia.
Woo. Thank you to Cassandra Bomer.
Thank you to Megan Pattinson.
Ooh. Thank you to Cassandra O'Shea.
O'Shea. Thank you to Aaron Weber.
Ooh. Thank you to Clara Belikov.
Thank you to Katya Karp.
Ooh. Thank you to Hannah Dragomir.
Thank you to Hope Castile, our newest patron. Hello.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome.
Thank you to Maddie Facinelli.
Thank you to Samara Rinaldi. Ooh.
Thank you to my mom, your mom, our mom, Kelly Beck.
Woo. Thank you to Sophia Salinger.
Ooh. Thank you to Laura Forty.
Thank you to Abby Penn.
Ooh. Thank you to Catherine Hathaway.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And last but not least, thank you to Dan Zeklos.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
I have a fan fiction for you today.
Wow.
It is titled, I found it myself.
Oh my gosh.
It is titled What If? It was written by the author Silver Sin of the Cosmos. And it was published on March 18th, 2021. The summary goes a little like this. What if things had ended differently during the rescue in Frostbite? This is a story of what if and how maybe one thing going different could change the story. And this is all a one-shot.
All right.
As the two guardians gaped in obvious shock, Rose dropped her sword onto the ground with a clang, and she shakily stumbled over to the nearest wall, her arm visibly trembling as it aided her as she sunk to the floor. A pained groan escaped her, and it was only then that the guardians noticed the thick, heavy blood stain at her shoulder. Before either of the guardians, specifically Dimitri, could rush over to assist her, it was Mason that came half sprinting over. "Rose, are you okay?" he asked with panic as his eyes locked onto her injury. In response, Rose's face twisted. "Am I all right?" she asked with deceptive calm. Somehow, even though he was barely conscious, Eddie had the incredible presence of mind to plug his ears. "You absolute asshat! What were you thinking? In what universe is sneaking off to eliminate Strigoi by yourselves as two unpromised Hampirs and one Moroi a good idea?" She finally exploded, rage lighting her features under all the blood. Mason shrinks back, a combination of shocked and frightened on his face. End scene.
Wow. Damn.
There's a lot of exclamation points in this one shot. Lots of yelling by both Rose and Janine Hathaway. And it seems like there is some a little bit of hurt comfort here. So if any of those things are your thing, this would be a good one shot for you to take a look at.
This is for you. Absolutely.
This is for you. Well, folks, if it is snowing in your area, enjoy. We've given you so many media suggestions, so enjoy those. But
yes.
Until next week, as we say here in the Pacific Northwest,
get bit.
And get whipped.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Into the Twilight is an Earbud Media production. You can follow us on Twitter at Into the Twilight or on TikTok at Into the Twilight Show. You can find me at Cody Corral on Twitter and Allie at Alexandria Does. And you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/Into the Twilight. We have merch, so much stuff. All those links are in the episode description. And make sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast hosting platform. It really helps the show. Thanks. Bye.
You've been listening to Earbud Media Production. Earbud Media, audio for everyone.